Hey, shalom, brothers and sisters. Welcome back again. Today, I want to talk about a very important subject, and it's something we need to, as Messianics, Christians, whatever, we need to remember, and that's about how the world hates us. Yeshua said it time and time again. The world hates us because of our faith and who we are and everything else. You know, uh, you had professing Christians out there that have good lives and everything. They go to church on Sunday, really no problems. You might have a little bit here and there, but they're not looked down on. They're not, because they're not looked down on. I mean, they're looked down on because of the prosperity gospel. They look down. People laugh about the prosperity gospel because of the crooks that actually do this stuff. That's one thing. But people that don't like you because you got the faith and you outwardly show your faith, by good deeds and sound advice and a sound mind. But I just want to share some verses with you about how the world hates us. The fleshly modern world today, the evil world hates us. And I'm going to start out with John 15, chapters 18 to 19. 15, 18, 19. And right here it says, if the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. That's what Yeshua says. If you were of the world would love his own, but because you are not of this world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. So that's coming from the mouth of Yeshua, plain and simple. The world hated him before they hated us. He was like the prototype of hatred for the worldly world. But I'm gonna skip to John 17 now, 17, 14 to 17, and it says right here, Yeshua again, I have given them thy word, and the world has hated them because they are not of the world, even as I am not of this world. I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou should keep them from the evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. And that's Yeshua's prayer. That was a prayer he did. He's praying for, not just, the apostles and them, but the future generations of his believers, his followers as believers. I'm going to jump over to Matthew now. Back to Matthew. I'm going to go to chapter 10. I'm going to 34 and 35. 10, 34, 35. Think not that I come to send peace unto the earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and his daughter against his mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. So Yeshua, he didn't come to bring exactly peace. He's calling people out, and you got to make a choice. And that's why the world would hate you, because you'd choosing him over an evil world, and evil people are wicked, deceived, delusional people. And that's one reason why people would hate you. The world would hate you because we don't go by their political correctness. That's one thing. There's political correctness all around. And if you're not with it, you could be canceled, you could be ridiculed and everything else. And it's just not right. I'm going to go to Mark 13. Jump over to Mark 13. And now I'm going to encourage you to read the whole chapter of Mark 13. Just read the whole, just read that. And I'm going to go to John, 1 John now this time. See what John has to say. 1 John. 1 John. And sticky pages here. Okay, I'm going to go to chapter 3, 1 through 3. Behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of Yahweh. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knew him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of Yahweh, and it doeth not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. At that moment, we will see him as he is. But like I said here, the world doesn't know us or anything, you know. And just for the side note here, I just want to do verse 9 here. Whosoever is born of Elohim doth not commit sin, for his seed remaineth in him, and he cannot sin because he was born of Elohim. So he's the son of, the Father, Yahweh. I'm going to go to 2 Peter now. Try 2 Peter here. Oops. 2 Peter and what? Chapter 2. 2 Peter chapter 2. And what's that? 1 through 3. Let's see. Chapter 2, 1 through 3. But there were false prophets among the people, even as it shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring destructive heresies, even denying the master that bought them, and bring them unto themselves swift destruction. And many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. And through covetousness shall be the fiend words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of the long time lingereth not, and their condemnation slumbereth not. So it doesn't help. The world hates us, and you got these false preachers and false prophets coming in, denying Yeshua and all kinds of things, and they're worldly, and they try to say smooth things, to the masses, because people don't want to hear bad news. They never want to hear bad news. They always want to hear good news. And I'm going to go to Jude. I'm going to go to Jude 3. Let's see. Jude 3, 3 and 4. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort that you should earnestly contend to the faith which was once delivered to the saints. Remember that. For there are certain men crept unawares, who were before you of old ordained to this condemnation, wicked men, turning the grace of our Elohim into lawlessness, and denying the only sovereign Yahweh and our master Yeshua. So it's these evil people, they're just throwing a monkey wrench into the faithful and everything. They're trying to rattle them, and they're trying to drag us back into this world, this carnal world. They're trying to deceive. And we gotta remember, we gotta have the faith. We got the Holy Spirit to guide us. We got scriptures. Scriptures tells us. We always have to go by scriptures before we go by what people say, tradition, man's tradition, everything. We have to. I'm going to go to John again. Back to John chapter 16. John chapter 16. And it'll be chapter 2. They shall put you out of the synagogues or churches. Yeah, the time cometh that whosoever killeth you will think he is doing Elohim a service. So these people, there's the false people, the false Christians or whatever they are. And this also goes for Gentiles, the people that don't believe, just say atheist or something. They want to throw you in prison for what you say or what you stand for, your faith. your testimony of Yeshua Messiah, HaMashiach, that's who it is, Yeshua HaMashiach. That's who we're standing up for. He stood up for us on the cross, on the stake, and it's our time to stick up for Big Brother. I mean, that's plain and simple. But these people, not just the fake Christians, but also Gentiles. They think they're doing service to their God, which could be money or reputation, political correctness, acclaim, everything like that. So you got to think of it that way too. So I'm going to go conclude this with Matthew. Go back to Matthew. It'll be Matthew 10. Almost there. Matthew 10 and what verse was that again? 16? Matthew 10, 16. See if I could find that. Matthew 10, 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of the wolves. Be therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. We got to be wise as serpents, and harmless as doves. We got to beware. We got to be keen. We got to be on guard. That's what Yeshua is saying right here. We've got to be like that. I mean, these are the end times. There's no doubt. Look around us. Technology's going up. Political correctness is out of control. Everything it's pointing to it. I'm not saying it's going to happen today, tomorrow, a couple of years from now. I don't. Nobody exactly knows when Yeshua is going to return. We have an idea about some signs, and what's in the scriptures, a little bit of clues here and there, but we don't know the exact time. We've got to be prepared. We got to be prepared for all this stuff. I mean, the world hates us, and they're going to really increase in their hatred towards us. It's going to be like a new age modern inquisition. It's what it's going to be. And you got to stop and think for a second. If your life is on the line, and the only way to possibly get out of it, is renounce Yeshua as the Son of Yahweh, you got to think about that. What would you do? I mean, but it's very scary. I mean, what if they have your children or your loved ones there, and they say renounce, or we're going to dispatch them? You got to have faith. You got to have faith in Yahweh. You might, if you renounce them, you might save them for decades or something, but your salvation, your eternal life salvation, to be really put in jeopardy. You got to think about that. But I just wanted to share with you about this lesson. I think it's very important. The world hates us, hates the true believers of Yeshua. That's who it is. The world hates them, So that's all I really wanted to say. And, it does. I hope I put a little bit of fear into you about this. And anyways, please give me big likes and hit the notification bells and thumbs up, all that stuff. And please watch my other videos. And that's all I really wanted to say. And I humbly thank you again, for watching my videos, and please watch the other ones. And I thank you again for your support and everything. Till we meet again, peace out and shalom.